I literally tested it before I went live, as I do every time now. I don't know why it does that. My intro was me saying, "Good morning, I missed you. I'm having breakfast of cheese stick and sunflower seeds." I don't know what is wrong with my microphone. It's an easy problem to fix, so it's really not a huge deal. But I literally tested it before everything to make sure the little bar goes up and down. It is girl breakfast. We're out of eggs. I woke up in time to make eggs. We're out. Which is rude. Thanks. Well, at least I have, lovely folks here who will tell me. Sunflower seeds are supposedly a good nut for getting protein. So, I'm trying to be better about eating enough protein throughout the day for fertility reasons. It's supposed to help. Also, protein is what keeps you full, right? So, a new medical IBS diet? Pour one out. That doesn't sound fun at all. I'm so sorry. No, it's so far pinless. I think I finally reached the point where almost never does it make me feel that way. But eggs are such a weird. They're so weird. I love eggs. And even I sometimes will be in the middle of eating them and I'll be like, don't think about it. Getting the house clean, love that. We cleaned the guest room yesterday together. Getting a tattoo today, I love that for you. I think they are just like that. It's just what you have to expect from eggs. I'm not so binary. I'm so sorry. It happened because I made eclairs and underbaked them and they were too eggy. I have a similar story. When I was in high school, I don't remember, I think a lot of us, even if we were somehow in a great mental state in high school, being in high school does not lend well to eating 3 meals a day easily. My straw fell out. Right? I think we all know that. So sometimes I would go the whole day and then be starving after school. Anyway, this was one of those times, and I was like, I need something I can make quickly and that I will enjoy. So I was like, I'll just do buttered noodles. I'm 5, which now I'm an adult, and I'm like, there's nothing shameful in eating buttered noodles. They're delicious. There's nothing wrong with it. But at the time, I was like, no one's here, so no one will judge me for eating buttered noodles. But I put so much butter on them. So much that there was butter in the bottom of the bowl when I was done eating the noodles. And I guess I was forgetting that it was just straight butter and not a sauce or not milk after you eat cereal where it's kind of tasting like a cereal. Anyway, so I drank the butter. At least I started to. And then I was like, no, mm-mm. And I can still eat butter, but for 2 weeks I was like, why did I do that? What's wrong with me? Why was I I'll just drink this butter? Keto queen? I think about it every time I have buttered noodles because I'm like, what a stupid decision I made. It was bad. Yes. Is sauce? Literally. What was wrong with me? No, you'll think about it every time you have buttered noodles. Like a hungry goat. Pinless. That's so fair. Oh no, 7. The closest thing I have to that is if I get a McDonald's cheeseburger and there's cheese stuck to the wrapper, I will usually try to peel off that cheese and eat it. I know it's probably plastic. I don't care. It's good. No regrets. I definitely did a scoop of butter like you do peanut butter and was so confused when I went to eat it. Stop. Good morning, Echo. The goat pinless versus the gorilla therapist. So true. Thank you. The wrapper cheese hits different. I can't talk. I'm shy. Good morning. I don't know if you can see it right here, put our little air conditioner up in our room. We do have air conditioner in the house, but if you're new here, our bedroom, where we are right now, is not meant to be a bedroom. It's huge. It's probably like, like 25 feet long. And actually, no, it's definitely longer than that. It's probably like 30 feet long and like 18 feet deep. But there's only one vent, even though it's huge. So it gets hot. So we got a little air conditioner, and so now our room's cold. Therefore, even though it is 70 something degrees outside right now at 8 a.m., which means it's gonna get much hotter. I have a little sweatshirt on. It's not enough vent. It's because our bedroom is not supposed to be a bedroom. It's supposed to be like a game room or like the kind of room you put like a home theater in. But it's our bedroom. And I love it, and it's perfect. And I mean that genuinely. I know it sounded sarcastic, but I mean it. A billiards room. Yeah, it's supposed to be like a dad man cave for sure. But, you know. What can you do? Oh, no, Emma. Did you put things on the window and had no daylight? Mira's such a silly little goose. That's so sad. Because you also don't have AC, so it's just dark. Now there is a girl bath. This is mayhaps your last day looking at the girl bed. We finally actually cleaned out the guest room. Future nursery, but right now it'll be a guest room. And we're putting the girl bed in there. We might not do it till tomorrow, so you might see it tomorrow. This table, we were at the swap on Sunday. Days are fake. And Aaron was like, Phoebe's dad was like, it's going to be over 100 today. You should put the AC in. And I was like, oh, like we're gone all day. So we can do it tomorrow. And he brought down this table, put all of our plants on it, and installed the air conditioning while we were gone. So I haven't put the table back, but I know. Bobby's not going to know. Bobby does not even know about the guest room. It's always shut when he comes down. So it's just a wall to him. So he will not know where the girl bed went. It will still have it. It'll just be in a different room, so you won't see it. Which will be, you know, a little sad. I have 2 chairs that I'm gonna put here that I think will be cute. And then also I think like we can sit in them and have like far away relaxed stream where like I'm quiet and we're all just like co-working. He's gonna think you disappeared his thing to hide under. Well, he's gonna try and go under the real bed and find plastic. I can't give him a bed down here. Long distance stream? He'll want to be down here even more. That's what I want to do as a readathon stream. Eventually. We'll see. We'll see. I am very excited. I'm trying to think if I have any like fun gossip to share. Oh, there's a man pulling in. Oh, I bet he has the groceries. Not my groceries. The girl bed was his bed. You're so right. That's where he lives. It's what he loves to do. I could move the camera down here. How do I unlock my elements? I have no idea. Do you pay for Canva? Because we do. So we have like Canva Pro, so we have access to everything. I'm reading a horrible book. I can't wait to give it 1 star. Silver Arrow, that's part of the fun. Oh no. Pillows, that's so much. Oh. That? No idea. I never lock any of my stuff. I really want to read Fat and Fertile. I'm not in a place to right now. We took July and August off from trying to conceive. And I am a little nervous because we're going out of town for like 2 days. Later in... Is there a Maui readathon? Hold on. I'm going to finish my terrible book probably today. Oh, nice. Not so binary, right? Yeah, I'm glad. Yeah, if you find the Maui readathon stuff, send it to me or send it to Seven, I guess, and Seven can put it in chat. Hashtag read for Maui on TikTok. Nice. I love it here. I'm reading No Longer Human. It's my translated book for our readathon and also for the Powell's readathon because I'm trying to find things that overlap in both of them. I have to read after I finish this one today, which I only have like 30 pages left. I have 8 books that I have to read before the 31st. And in case you don't know, today's the 15th. So, will I be able to do it? I think I will. Especially because we're going out of town for like 2 days. That's like a road trip. Where Shelly's going to be driving. We have our own reading challenge. But our reading challenge goes through like from, what do they call it? Like a summer, through the entire summer season. What is it called? From like the first day of summer to the last day of summer. Based on solstice, thank you. And then I'm also doing the Powell's summer reading challenge, but theirs ends August 31st because I'm sure theirs is like summer as in like school. No Longer Human is rough. I'll read the description. And it's because I There weren't any translated books. I was super interested. I know people gave me recommendations, but I was like, I need something I can buy right now at Barnes and Noble. Barnes and Noble, yeah. Um, so it's a book that was published 1 month after the author left this plane of existence by his own decision. We'll say that. I don't feel like it's sad, Echo. I hate this man. And maybe it's less like this in the original Japanese, but when you read it in English, he's talking about how he hates women. He doesn't think of them as people. Specifically, he talks about how like he thinks prostitutes are like lunatics and imbeciles. He just was talking about how like he's smarter than everyone else, but he doesn't like know how to talk to people. And when you read the back, it's like it seems like it's going to be really sad, and maybe to other people it's sad, but like I think we all know this guy who's like, I'm different than every other man because I have severe depression, and like you don't get it, it's so hard for me, and like I can't connect to people because I have so much depression, and like I'm so smart, and like other people just don't operate on my level, so like it's so lonely being so smart and so different. And so I hate him. Sorry. I don't care for him. And so I'm just reading it being like, sorry you hate women so much. They push back their hair when they talk about being depressed. Yeah. And then they're like, anyway, here's Wonderwall. You don't get it. Can't stand the guy. Yeah. He's giving pick me misogynist. I think we've all know at least one guy like that. Oh my god, I love my water bottle. I got a new sticker this week at Sunny's house. Look at this little sun. Or, I mean, star. Listen. And I'm sorry that things ended the way they did. But it will not make me like the book. I didn't know he was so stressful. I got a chapter in and I couldn't do it. It's also like I think the most relatable part, I guess, is it seems like he really is like lonely because he doesn't know how to connect with other people. And that sucks. But like I don't feel that bad for you. You know? It keeps ice for a long time. I've heard that bottles like this and cups like this, though, if you put them in the dishwasher, they start to keep ice for less time. Which I wash mine by hand because I have so many stickers on it. Although I think all of them are like ones that are safe to put on a car, so they'd probably be fine. That's fair. Maybe he's lonely because he's a bad person. That's what I'm wondering, Emma. Like, people... in the original language, people really like it. And so I'm like, maybe it's different. But, like, he talks a lot about hating women. I wash mine in the dishwasher and haven't noticed any real difference. The Wind Up Bird Chronicles sucks. Do not read it. Listen, don't feel old. I feel like everyone has, like, I have a couple of different water bottles. I should use my cow one soon. I mostly switch between this one and the cow one. But the cow one's huge. I can't take it anywhere. And this one, while it doesn't fit in our car cup holder because of the way our car is shaped, don't offer those little things that make the cup, the hole bigger. That's not what I need. I need a different shaped car. I can't explain it to you. The radio is in the way of the cup holders. You can't have a tall cup in it at all. Everything you're saying about it makes sense because I've only heard good things about it, the book from men. Maybe that's what it is, Echo. Huh. Yeah. I also feel like I don't remember anything big about his childhood other than his parents not paying attention to him. It's called No Longer Human. And the only thing I remember about his childhood at the beginning is like his dad leaves to go to work a lot and he's one of like, I don't know, like 10 kids, something crazy. And the dad like goes out of town for like 2 or 3 weeks out of the month. And then he'll be like, I'm going to bring Echo. The only thing I remember is he's like, I'm going to bring back a present for each of the kids. And he asks them what present they want. And all the other kids say something. And then our main character doesn't know what to say because he's like trying to figure out what the right answer is. Like what he wants, what the dad wants him to say. And then like the brother of the main character is like, oh, bring him a book. And then the dad like gets pissy that like the brother answered for him. And he's like, okay, clearly you can't speak for yourself, to like the kid. And then like the kid main character wakes up and like in the middle of the night and like writes in the dad's little notebook where he takes notes like, I would like a mask or something. And the dad, he like later hears the dad like telling it like a funny joke where he's like, he must have really wanted that mask because he woke up in the night and wrote in my little notebook. That's so cute. So like I think his dad is like, I don't know, it's giving normal like boomer dad. Nothing insane. Certainly not anything where he should talk about how much he hates women for pages and pages. That makes sense, Seven. I don't know if you've ever heard of a little book called the Bible, but I think it also has that problem. That's a Cinderella situation. It's very Cinderella. And you know what? She was nice to women. So anyway, I can't wait to give it 1 star. As I added it to my Goodreads, like the overall rating of it is 4 stars. And then when you're on Goodreads, you can see like what your friends have rated it at the very top. And everyone that I'm friends with on Goodreads, except for one person, rated it 1 star. And so I was like, okay. It's called No Longer Human by Osamu Dazai? Osamu Dazai? I presume. It's less than 200 pages. It's only like 166 pages. And hang on, let me grab it. It's 166 pages, and it really, really does not need to be. They wanted it to be longer, for sure. They wanted it to look longer. Hang on. I have to show you because it's cuckoo bananas the way they've done this. I sat down too far. Okay, this is what it looks like. On the inside, this is what the pages look like. Do you see how much space there is? Why is there so much space? Also, the page is incredibly thick. I guess you can't really tell, probably. But, like, there's no need for them to be so thick. They wanted this to look like it was more than 166 pages. Let me see if I can find... Okay, hang on. Oh my god, he also talks about, I'm not going to read this part because it's too stressful, but he talks about how like he and his friend have been like sleeping with prostitutes, with sex workers. And he talks about how like they seem to be so obsessed with him, like he must be so handsome that they're like obsessed with him. And he says like it's an apprenticeship that he has, is that he feels like he is doing a favor. It's his job to have sex with these people, even though he's paying them. I'm talking about this horrible book that I'm reading. It is like a memoir. It is, content warning, bummer, like essentially his departing note. It was published 1 month after he left Earth by his own decision. And I'm sorry that he was dealing with that, but it's a horrible book, and he hates all people. Oh, Lexi, it's for a summer reading challenge. It's for our summer reading challenge and also for the Powell summer reading challenge. I'm also chronically, took the big nap, as it were. It's hard for me to DNF a book. Should men be allowed to write books? Hard to say. Penles, listen, I'm lawful good. I won't do it. Bummer reading challenge. Listen, the other problem is, what I need you guys to know is, like, I know that lots of people recommend lots of different types of books to me, but I almost always read horror. I'm comfortable in it. I love it. It's interesting. I don't want a romance. They're so boring. I'm already in love, okay? I don't need that. Any romance book I read, not as good as my love. My husband yesterday, I was in a horrible mood. He made me 5 eggs, and then I sat down and he brought me water. And then he also said, I can't wait to hang out with our friends tonight. Okay. I have to read it before October, because I'm going to read it for our summer reading challenge for the Indigenous category. But I literally have it on my Kindle right now. It is why I had no eggs, because my wonderful, incredible husband made all of them yesterday. Oh my God, I'll message you. I'm reading this one next, though. This is my short stories. I'm really excited. I also know nothing about it. This is one I bought based on the cover, because she looks kind of scary, right? I am just realizing this is Eric and not Erica. Oh no, Penles, please don't tell me.
Yeehaw.
I am excited. I'm not normally, the other thing that I want to say. Jump scared by a male author. My friend just finished that and said, I love this book and do not recommend it to anyone. That was me. It's a little bit me with 11/22/63, which I just finished. But I am a little excited. I already read, if you are doing our summer reading challenge, it has such a long name, I never remember. What's it called? The Secret of Ventriloquism by John Paget. This was this is a short story book that I read last year. And I bought it and I gave it to, I think, Goodwill or like the book bin or something. And I wish I had kept it, because there are like 4 short stories in there that I think about probably like once a month. And I'm just going to buy another copy of it and reread it eventually, because it was, sorry for the jump scare, everyone. I forget that other people are scared of things. I apologize. But it's also, and I don't read enough short stories to like know if this is the case always. I read a Stephen King short story, which is what got me back into reading slowly about 2 years ago. And then when I read ACOTAR earlier this year, it really fucking sped it up. The Stephen King short story book that I read was not very good. Some of them were really good, and other ones, no reason for them to exist. Also,
Yeehaw.
as we've all heard me complain, Stephen King, while you can't deny that he's like household name in authors in general, but especially in horror. And I think people are always going to say he's like the king of horror for a while. I think it's just because he's cranking out so many. Someone in stream told me that he has ghostwriters though, so now I'm less impressed. Anyway, I read his short stories and I was like, these are kind of boring and they aren't related to each other. But The Secret of Ventriloquism, they're all written in like the same universe, if that makes sense. John Paget? Hang on. I'm sorry, I was too busy talking and not reading. My best friend's exorcism. I have my best friend's exorcism. Honestly, though, if I never read it, I would never get rid of it. It's the coolest looking book that I own. It looks the best on my bookshelf. I hate short stories because I can never remember what they are. Gay horror books, there is like an entire category. The one I'm most excited about is called Manhunt, and it has a trans main character. I don't know anything else about it, and I don't want to. But I will show you the cover. It's not going to be scary like the one I just showed you. It's more metaphorical than that, I would say. And this is the cover for it. And I'm very excited to read it. Okay, sorry. I scrolled back so I could keep up with everyone. I read a short story years ago about a man who remembers everything and it drives him insane, and I cannot for the life of me remember it. I don't fuck with pumpkins. Stephen King is truly flawed, while still a talented person, but not like on the level he's held on. Yes. Yes, Manhunt's written by a trans woman. Cemetery Boys people really like. Brilliant cover. Okay. Anyway. Back. I've caught up. I'm excited to read that one. The more catch-up minute. Sometimes I get to talking and I forget to read. Okay? Not my problem. The Secret for Ventriloquism is my favorite short story I've ever read. Thanks, Anonymous Gifter. I just put a low on House of Hollow. House of Hollow is what I did for my pretty cover one for Powell's because it's a beautiful cover. Ghost Boy, that was what I was going to say earlier. This is only my second, like, translated book that I've ever read. And the first one was Tender as the Flesh. And if you've read it, then you know. But now this is my second one. And so now I'm like, okay, so will I just always hate them, or... Ghost Boy, did they like it? Tender as the Flesh, I would say, is one where I only gave it 2.5 stars because I was like, this is so gross and I can't recommend it to anyone. But I do think about things that I read in that book all the time. And it is really one you will never forget. And like, it's a metaphor that I understand. Right? So I do get it. But Jesus Christ. John Paget? I'd be very curious to read a different translation of Tender as the Flesh. Interesting. Listen, if you speak Spanish, I would love to hear how someone feels about it reading it in Spanish. The author is Augustina, I think is her first name. And it was originally from Venezuela, maybe? I don't remember. No, I think it starts with an A. It's a short read, so I'll volunteer and get back to you. Argentina. I've just remembered. I'm sure someone's about to type it in. I can read very little Spanish. It's a super interesting book. I borrowed it from the library. Don't forget to drink your water, friends. I a little bit kind of wish I had bought it, but it's very interesting. Anyway, I'm excited to read my short story soon. 19 Claws and a Blackbird. Interesting. I'll have to check it out. I loved The Secret of Ventriloquism. Now, I only remember off the top of my head maybe 3 of the stories in it. So, who's to say if I just don't remember that the other ones all were bad? Do you have it? Wait, are you talking about Tinder's the Flesh? Or are you talking about the new short stories? Hey, Veronica, I've heard it's less gory than Tinder is the Flesh. It is so much. Which means it's just an educated guessing game? Oh no, story time. About what? What did I say? Oh, we already talked. Do you mean because I said that Tinder is the Flesh and the Jungle are very similar? Because they are. And I stand by that. No, it makes sense that you think they're the same book. Remember how in the Jungle, the Upton Sinclair book, everyone's like, oh, the short stories you can remember. The entire book is like, the government's feeding you worse than you think they are. Here's stories about all the rats that are living in the hot dog factory or whatever, and it came out in like the 30s. Imagine that, except it's not rats they're talking about, and the food they're making is also not animal meat. It's something else. And that's Tinder is the Flesh. So descriptive. So descriptive. Did you have to read the whole The Jungle? We only had to read, like, excerpts. I can talk really good. Oh, Gemini, I'm so sorry if this is how you find out. But that's exactly what the book is about. We read The Jungle in high school. We ate canned meat during our class discussion. No. Stop. You're lying. Books I shall never read, maybe. Hello. Yeah, Tender is the Flesh. Is about... Yeah, like Spam, I assume. Tender is the Flesh is about... And I'm not about to give you gory details, I'd like to be clear. I'm gonna be just factual and cold. The government has claimed in this book that animal meat has somehow all become like poisoned essentially. All of the animals have these like diseases that they can't explain, and so all animal meat is banned. But people want to continue eating meat, so they start eating human flesh as mandated by the government. Phoebe's back in a cocoon.
I'm naked.
He's naked. Well, except for the cocoon.
It's for them to do metaphors and have a scary plot line.
No, it's definitely a book, I think, if I
Hold on.
had a class.
We have tofu. Every time I hear about this, I'm like, there are beans. You don't have to eat meat. It's so easy to not eat meat. There's so much tofu in the world. It's deeply silly. And the author is incredibly talented.
It's definitely like a metaphor about like the government not being trustworthy and like consumerism and capitalism and like at what line and like while there's no like actual caste system like there is in other countries, it's like the unofficial one, because like they take the poorest citizens and they're like, guess what? You've a new job to society. So it's, yeah. I think at this point I prefer Impossible Meat. Yeah. So I totally get why it's written. And I completely get why people read it in order to discuss it.
Real bummer, though.
Real bummer. Really, really gory. Hit him with the dehumanization beam. It's a lot. Reading before bed does help you sleep. It's like scientifically proven. Also, I just said it. So now it's double proven. I like your little suit.
Thank you. There's so much tofu in the world.
There's a lot of tofu.
It's silly to me.
Horrifying plot I am morbidly desperate to read. There's a book called Gore Capitalism. Interesting. Oh, Phoebe's... Do you mean now? Or Phoebe was grabbing clothes just now. This is their dresser. I was incredibly mad about how it ended, Co. I would actually say if the ending was different, I probably would have given it a much higher rating. But I won't talk about that. Exactly, Arrow. And that's kind of what it's about. Also, when I posted about it saying, like, the reason I gave it such a low score is because, like, I do feel like it was too gory, which is a lot for me. And people were like, I think she's going for, like, a shock factor. Also, if you know about, like, the history of Argentina and also, I guess, what they're currently going through. Like, people who have family in Argentina were responding and being like, this is why. And I was like, and that's so fair. But for me, it's a no from me. The original title is Cadaver Exquisito. That's so much. Yeah, I had a friend who was vegan for 6 years, and then she was having these horrible migraines. She was, like, throwing up and, like, having to miss work for, like, a week and, like, anyway, and spent, like, a year getting a bunch of tests done. And then it turns out that she had, like, developed an allergy to, I think, almonds and soy and one other thing that I can't remember that's in a lot of vegan things. So she had to stop eating basically all of her food, and she had to go back to eating regular meat and, like, regular milk. And yeah, it's a lot. But she's doing great. She was also, like, she wasn't vegan for, like, moral reasons. It was because it made her feel better. Like, she felt better when she was eating vegan. Except then she started getting terrible migraines and stuff. Hello, good morning. Gay person nightmare, literally. But anyway. Enough about books that are scary and a little stressful. What I want to make today on Canva, I want to make, like, a list of, like, some of the content that we have coming up. Mostly because I just love to play on Canva. It's not really anything we need. But it's fun. And I like doing it. So here we are. That's so fair, Pinless. I can't believe they're making you work at the factory when you're so sleepy. I can't drink milk right now for medical reasons, so I'm trying to decide what kind of alternative milk aid to turn into. I do love... Did they give you a little piece of paper that says it? Like, I can't drink milk. Here's my little permission slip. Can't have any milk. I'm going to start saying I can't do things for medical reasons, but it'll be like, oh, I actually can't get up from the couch right now for medical reasons. What? Gemini, is that what it's about? I thought fried green tomatoes... So people are really into it where I'm from. People really like fried green tomatoes. And they always talk about it as if it's, like, just really sad. I could make a Canva permission slip. I've actually just been prescribed to continue sitting on the couch. No, people always say it. I assumed it was like, here's these girlfriends, they're all best friends, and one of them gets like cancer, and then like two of them maybe get in a fight, and at the end that one friend dies, and so the rest of them all reunite. That's what I just presumed it was about. I did not know it was queer. They be skipping the most wild part. That's so much. I'm hinting that's so much. Firefly Lane, no. I mean, listen, good for them. I'm starting with a blank slate. Not blank, sorry. I'm deleting all the things I don't want. Okay. People have been writing that since antiquity. Now, I am realizing that maybe I'm confusing it with Steel Magnolias. We're talking about fried green tomatoes, and apparently I had no idea what it was about. Now, that does sound like me to confuse the two. Gotta be honest. That sounds exactly like me. What's really funny cosmically is that I was just talking about cannibalism like yesterday maybe to Shelly, because we were telling her how like there's a lot of people use it in like media, but in all the times it's like truly been documented, it's not the way that it is portrayed in media. That's all I'll say. I don't want to talk about it too much. I'm definitely confusing it with Steel Magnolias. Because people just always talk about how sad it is. And I was like, okay, well, I don't want to watch something just because it's sad. It's the reason I haven't watched everything everywhere all at once or whatever. Because everyone I know is like, oh my God, I cried so much. And I was like, I'm not interested in that. And will I watch it eventually? Probably, because it won a bunch of awards and people really like it. But like, I'm not, no. I already think too much about my horrible relationship with my mother. I don't want to think about it anymore. I did hear about that, Pinless. It's heavy on the mother trauma. That's what I've heard. Okay, let me see how this looks. Okay, well, it looks cuckoo bananas. And I hate it. Ew. This font? Okay, that's obviously not what I meant. Bro. That's not the font I want. That's for sure. Listen. I'm always going to tell people to order out, so maybe don't ask me. Okay, should I use this scary font? This tall one's kind of fun. Okay, wait, the little gator font is really cute. I went to see Barbie with my mom, and that's why I cried so hard during Barbie. Don't tell my boyfriend. Have you guys seen that? It's like a person who plays piano, and they're like, and then this woman stitched it, and she's like, all the enjoyment, I'm sad again, don't tell my boyfriend. Phoebe and I have been singing it so much. I am obsessed with her. I don't think she realizes that she's given me everything I've ever needed. Okay, hang on. I'm going to make this like... all the enjoyment. Hey, stop that. Boom. Amazing. Incredible. Now, before I make a list, I want to put other cute little things on it. Let's see, what have I got under flowers? These are cute. Can I change the colors of them? Aw, hell yeah. Horrible. Literally traumatizing. Oh my god, this is terrible. Perfect, now they're see-through. Okay, I mean, alright, let's see. That's closer. What I want is like something similar to this. Oh no, I've done the opposite of what I meant to, but that's okay. I think that's it. Hello, welcome. Small town gossip. I love it. Let me think if I have any gossip. I don't really. Cute. It's more like trauma. I mean, this is going to be trauma to the max. I have gossip, but it's only about my love life. I saw my hot old man neighbor mow the lawn with his shirt off yesterday. Interesting. I mean, my mom is in her love bombing stage with my dad. Because he left her, they're separated. And as he should, as we've been asking him to do for years, because she is a narcissist and also an addict. And for them to, he doesn't want to get divorced. He just wants to be separated. He wants her to like actually make changes. And he asked her to do like 5 things, one of which is like go to rehab. Another one is to apologize to the kids. An uncommon W for Morg's dad. So true. And she's love bombing him and asking him to like take her on dates and like all this stuff. And it's so uncomfortable to hear about. I hate my bestie's girlfriend, desperately want them to break up. Been there. My small town gossip is finding out my dad's GF. Wait, my dad's GF's dad is the scariest man alive and loves my dad. Because my dad is also very scary. And then she decided to conveniently forget the party was on my birthday and went to Chicago instead and pretended she didn't know? Okay. My bestie since 5 years old turned out to be a completely different person. I know a lot of people who have stories like that. My friends are talking to the same person. They keep talking to one another about said person, but neither will confirm the person right now. I have a running theory they might just all want to be in a little polycule, but no one's saying it. That's so fair. Not really gossip. There's a family who names their kids after popular liquors. Now this kid's all grown up and having children and carrying on the family tradition. Stop. I guess got blood on a performer during a show yesterday, and all my new manager asked was if her dress was okay. What? Basically, me and my girlfriend broke up for 12 hours and got back together. Are you okay? That's a lot, baby. Okay, here's another. What was I made for? Oh, the green's not looking right either. Okay, that looks worse. I do want something similar to this, but maybe darker? Or do I want lighter? Oh, no, definitely darker. Perfect. I'm mad crushing on a customer, and that's my greatest sin. Oh, Gremlin Cutie, you know, sometimes you have to have a little trauma response for a second. I am hearing that a little bit, but it is interesting. During my minor pain procedure yesterday, all me and my woman medical team talked about his boobs. Me and my friend, our friends are seeing Chris Fleming again in a week. I'm so happy for you. A little I'm instead. Let's see. I don't really need anything else on here, but these little things are so cute. Boobs for 20 minutes straight. I could talk about boobs all day. Love them. Love those guys. Someone in our PhD program has had their student visa denied 4 times this summer and currently cannot come back to the U.S. Are they, do we like them? Are we sad about that? Or all day I dream about boobs. I live for boobs. That's me. You know me. We do not like them, but also I can't imagine it's a very fun situation. That's so true. It can't be fun. Bore one out. Okay, that looks cuckoo bananas. Right, do you have any normal ones? That looks so crazy. Okay, let's see. I love them, but who put them there? It's so true. That's so fair. I don't understand why we're making nickel full earrings. Have you considered don't? Okay, this is too big. YouTube. What color should I put it in? Black looks cuckoo. It's also just for me to read, so it doesn't need to be, you know. Take the nickel out of earrings, 2K23. I mean, remote exams, I think you still have to be in the place. Congratulations, Echo. I guess I don't know, but I know with therapy, like, you're literally not allowed to therapize someone who's not living in your state. It's illegal. I'm an adult. I'm just afraid of driving. I presumed. Yeah, I would think you'd have to at least be in the same country. I think the other thing, though, is, like, if everyone is doing theirs from home, then it's easy for the teacher to, like, send it to everyone. But if one person is doing it, then that's, like, twice as much work for the teacher. Because then, like, they'd have to format everything. Which they might do, but... What's the opposite of purple? It's, like, orange, right? Okay, these all look cuckoo bananas. Maybe it's green. Is it orange? It's gonna be so ugly. Woo! It's like a little rave. Green is what I had first. I think the problem is that it's so cute. the enjoyment. I'm sad again. Don't tell my boyfriend. Hello. She had to retake exams? Poor thing. I cannot imagine getting a PhD. Now, I can imagine getting a master's degree, not because I want one, but because I love school supplies. And so this time of year, I'm always like, should I go back to school? And I won't, for a number of reasons. But every time I'm like, should I just buy some school supplies for fun? Sometimes even that too is hard though, and it's fair. Sometimes the only motivation for going back to school is the school supplies. I think the other thing is I don't need to. Like, I have no need at all to. And, like, not that you have to. If you want to go just because you want to. But it's kind of an expensive thing to do just because you want to. Listen. Lisa Frank school supplies, they fuck. I don't even have a job, let alone a class to go to. I would do school if it were free, and also I didn't need to have a job. I can't talk. I just have them. I feel like they make me smarter. Getting a PhD in this economy, yeah, so true. Okay, I can't type. That's what I want. Okay. We're definitely filming some book reviews. Oh, I meant to do this. Okay. Cuckoo Bananas could never be me. Happy birthday, Dorian. I can tell you that you at least get paid to go. Do you? Everywhere? Stop trying to teach me things I'm so good at Googling. Happy birthday. Do you feel old and wise? What are you today? Like 3,000? I'm lying. It's not my birthday. I'm so sorry. I thought so. But I was like, what do I know? You know? I'll never trust again. I thought you just had a birthday. I don't know how things work on your planet, though. You know? I'm devastated. We all trusted you. We're doing the little guest room makeover. What else are we filming on YouTube? We're going to Walala Lake. Oh my god. Walala. That cannot be right. That says Walala. Please hold. I can find out. I can very easily find out. Okay, I was really close. Okay, I don't know what I just did. There we go. Wall Lake. The absolute betrayal. We're going there. I'm excited. I am worried. Shelly's planning it, and she said she's not planning hikes, but I know that with anything outside, they're lying. There's always some amount of hiking. It's because they don't have parking lot in middle of forest. My birthday is once a month on the 27th, and you're right, and you should say it. Oh no. That sounds scary. I'm scared by that. Oh my god, I hurt my little freaking pinky. Hang on. If you know, we have a kitchen that is not supposed to be a full kitchen. It's clearly supposed to be for like just alcohol, because was a rich person's house where they had like 2 kitchens, and one of them is clearly supposed to be for alcohol. Anyway, it's not supposed to be a full kitchen. And also, when they tiled the counter, they must have done it to try and save money themselves, and it's done horribly. So anyway, we've had 3 tiles fall off, and I moved the wrong way, and I got the shit scraped out of my little fingy by one of the places where a tile has fallen off. And now my finger hurts. Baby kitchen status. No regrets. It is painful. Thank you. The Mad Hatter is so unreasonably attractive. I don't think that's true. He stresses me out, and I couldn't really tell you why. There's no real reason to it. But he does. I think we're going to film another grocery haul. Grocery store vlog. People really like them. I'm also going to clean out the bathroom soon. I have to stop hitting the wrong button. I used to be afraid of the Cheshire Cat as a kid. I like getting ideas. I've never had an idea in my life, so I can't relate. These are 2... Why did they want them to be so far apart? You will never know how much I love him. We don't have anything major. We are going to film us decorating for Halloween. I'm stressed out because we don't have any ads lined up right now. So that's always scary. We have one technically lined up in October. And that, hey, I spelled Halloween good. What's wrong? What's wrong with it now? That's right, right? Halloween. Thank you. Oh my god. You should get paid for being cute. The motion sickness glasses? Aren't they good? They make a difference. They're not great. They're not perfect, but I do think they make a difference. Is it a placebo effect? Not my business. Literally, none of that is my business. Okay, I'm gonna make myself bigger because I feel like I'm so small. Don't tell my boyfriend. It's not what he's made for. Thank you. Oh my god, yesterday to the coffee person who was working, I don't remember what he had said. But he said something, and I said, like, you're braver than any U.S. Marine. And he said, I'm smarter than them, too. And that's so funny because he is a, like, cis, white, straight man. And we are obsessed with him, but, like, I don't ever mention anything, like, political. I don't want to learn anything about him. And maybe that makes me a coward, but, like, I think we all know people like that. Where it's like, I don't want to bring up anything where I might learn something about them, like who they voted for, or, you know what I mean? I don't want to ruin this good thing we have, where we flirt at the coffee shop, and that's it. but I was already saying it. I was already like, you're braver than a U.S. Marine. And I was like, oh no, I'm going to learn something. And then I did, but in the opposite direction. And then he was like, I mean, and then clearly he didn't want to offend us in case, so he was like, and they're very brave. And I respect the troops, but, And I was like, yes. Staying Delulu is the Salulu. One time we said, have a good day to the McDonald's worker, and he said, I will. No. Well, you know what I mean? And I was like, we are gay, but... Anyway. It was funny. What other YouTube video should we make? Let me go ahead and double this one. I think the only other thing here is going to be TikTok, but... I feel like TikTok and Instagram are the same as far as, like, because we post reels. Because we have to.
The paint tray and rollers.
In the garage.
Where in the garage?
We just put them in there 2 days ago, remember? Or yesterday.
I looked in where the paint goes in the garage.
No. They're on that gray thing. The, like, shelf. Next to the small garage door. You gonna paint?
I was gonna do the room blue.
Right now?
Well, yeah, because then we can move the girl bed in there.
The girl Beth?
The girl bed. Yeah. Is that okay?
That's fine. I just like painting, so I'm a little sad, but you're much better at it, so it's probably
I
smarter.
thought you don't like painting, because every time we do it, you're like, you're so much better at this than I am, and then you get pouty.
No, that doesn't sound like me. A little Guzman. I have not stopped singing it, and I won't stop singing it. I'm sad again.
Oh my god, you've really not stopped singing it.
Don't tell my boyfriend. And now pronounce you Guzmans. I think you should. Listen, when I was starting stream, I was singing the cheese tax, and every day... My job's so hard. I have to think of like a name for stream, right? And I was like, don't put cheese tax. Because it won't make any sense. There's no cheese tax here. The cheese tax, the cheese tax. You gotta pay the cheese tax every time you're cooking when the cheese comes out. This puppy comes looking. Nice. Cheese tax is an emotion. That's so fair. There is a cheese tax and by that we have to pay it. We do. Pinless, I presume it's only really for dogs. We also have this running joke. It started like 2 years ago. But we have a running joke where I'm always afraid that someone's going to get me a dog for my birthday or something. Here's the reason. Okay? Sometimes in my life, and especially now that we have this job where people have like parasocial relationships with us and they think they really know us when they don't because they've only seen 30%. It says I still have sound. Anyway. You've Tucky I broke. Okay. Anyway, in my life, and also since we have this job, sometimes people will get you gifts that, like for your birthday or whatever, that are not really your style. And that happens with anyone. I think we all have an aunt who's like, I got you this book on World War II because you took that World War II class. And you're like, oh, thanks. I took that class because I had to for my degree, but thank you so much. Anyway, and I'm so afraid that one day we'll go to like the plus size clothing swap, and someone will be like, I got you a little puppy dog. Or like, I'll go to Christmas and someone will be like, I got you a puppy dog. And it's my worst fear. It's my nightmare. A puppy to the P.O. box. The amount of times I got makeup as a child when I wanted Legos. Me getting Turf Wizard memorabilia for the last 15 years. And you don't want to seem ungrateful. But I do not want a little puppy dog. So every time anyone is going to bring a gift, I got you a stranger surrogate. Listen, Gender. People do stuff like that, though. Not to me yet, but what if it happens? Give the puppy dog to me, please. Can you imagine? Then every video we post, that person will be like, where's the dog I gave you? And I'd be like, I'm allergic. He ran away. He has a new family. He hated our decor, and so he bounced. You need to say it's doctor's orders not to have a dog. I should. Little puppy dog giveaway. Or people, like, think that me and Bob really get along, and so they'll be like, oh my God, did you want another cat? He was homophobic, sorry. And I'll be like, I actually don't have a cat now. He decided living in Oregon wasn't for him. He moved to France. I would say me and Bob are co-workers. And I care for him. I hope he has a nice life. But he lives upstairs. When did I make friends with David Dobrik? He lives upstairs. And I keep a very respectable distance from him. He's in love with me. I think we all have a coworker who's in love with us. You know? And I love him. I care for him, but I would consider us coworkers. And roommates. He's fantastic. He's just not your responsibility. Thank you. The other thing is people who follow us and have followed us for years will post something about, like, in the video I'll say, like, right, because Bob can't come in our bedroom. I don't love when he's in here. Or I'll be like, please don't let him be on the furniture because we have a velvet couch and it's so hard to get fur off of. And people in our comments will be like, you're abusing Bob by not letting him get on the couch. And I'll be like, first of all, he's not even mine. Second of all, he doesn't live here. He lives upstairs. Echo. I can't talk about it. First of all, he's a cat. Listen. Yes. Yeah, it's so much. People have a lot of opinions. And they'll be like, why would you get a cat if you don't, like, he lives there too. And I'm like, okay, he doesn't pay rent. He doesn't clean up. Internet pet warriors are terrifying. They really are. Nice. Hey, I don't know if you guys know this, but Twitch has a new feature where it tells me when, like, an ad's going, and it's so nice. Instead of me having to look at, like, the countdown that's, like, not visible, it shows up in chat. Internet fish people. It's nice. Yeah, it's new. I'll literally never post about my fish tanks. I didn't know fish people were cuckoo bananas. But literally, people will be like, or this doesn't happen so much anymore, but for a while, people were like sending me funny cat videos in my Instagram, which like I'm happy. I love that you were like, Morgan might like this. It's funny, and I'll send it to her. I love that you were thinking of me. But like, I'm not the target audience for those videos. I'm the target audience for when a baby says fuck and someone was filming. That's funny. Fish ownership. Beeper is definitely the more cat-centered person. You need a whole extra house to have a tank big enough for your one fish. Stop. The cube fish that animal influencer has? No. Fish people, you mean mermaids? People have a lot of opinions. I don't know if you guys remember this like controversy that Luxie was in. But one of her best friends is in the UK, I don't know where, has a British accent. And she was streaming and like was on the phone with that person. Like, I don't know if that person was also streaming. I don't know. And the person on the phone said something about like how their cat lives outside, or maybe their neighbor's cat lives outside. I don't remember, but something about a cat living outside. And Luxie's TikTok about that conversation, which by the way was not mostly about that. It was mostly about completely something else. They just happened to catch the part about a cat being outside, was filled with people being like, you shouldn't have an animal live outside. Like, that is abuse and da-da-da-da-da. And then apparently, like in the UK, it's like super normal for cats to be outside. And in other countries as well, it's super normal. In the US, apparently it really affects like a bird population, and like also it's really hot, and there's like a bunch of reasons. And I personally don't care what you do with your animal. I mean, within reason. It's not my business. Am I a vet? No. Do I know anything about pet ownership? No. So there's nothing for me to say. But it was literally like, it wasn't an actual controversy, clearly. But it was like, it was so much. And I think it was like, Luxie's been on the internet a long time, so I'm sure it wasn't the first time something like that happened to her. But she was like, I cannot believe how many opinions people have about this. When like, Luxie doesn't have a cat. People were being so mean to her, and like, it's not her cat. I don't even think it was the friend's cat. Like, it was a lot. You're being so brave. You can't let a cat roam in the city and not expect it to get run over. At the end of the day, if you don't have a cat, you don't really get to have an opinion on it. I don't know. Maybe it's because we've been having this job for long enough, but like, if I comment on anything, on TikTok, on Instagram, it is me being like, this is awesome, or I love this, or you look so cute. Like, positive, nice things. Or if it's someone like asking for an opinion, being like, do you think that I should paint this room green or blue? I'll be like, I vote green. I vote blue. I just don't ever comment. I don't know. People love to just give their opinions when no one asked. Like, I can't imagine if even when I see a video of like someone doing, I don't know, someone whose baby has one of those teething necklaces, and we all know, I feel, maybe you don't, I'm on like parenting TikTok, that they're like famously unsafe to have. There are lots of babies who wear them and have no issues. Same with anything else that's unsafe. It happens a lot. That's fine until it doesn't. And I click on the comments, and the comments are filled with people being like, hey, just so you know, that teething necklace is unsafe. There's actually no reason for me to comment it. Did 100 other people say the same thing you thought? Maybe keep that as an inside thought. Yes. not a stranger who's watching their videos. Maybe part of it is just like getting older. Exactly, Seven. I think it's also similar, not in a lot of ways, but in some ways, people with kids, so like, and not things that are blatantly unsafe, but like, some people will be like, why do you have like one of those backpack leashes on your kids? That's abuse. And as someone who spent a lot of time around kids, and as someone who was a runner as a kid, some kids run. They are trying to get hit by a car. They live to try and get hit by a car. And so, like, as long as you're not yanking your kid back, it makes total sense. It's not abuse if your child is a flight risk. Or, like, there's those parents who, and, like, it's different needs. I'm not saying everybody needed this. But, like, there's some parents of kids with autism, not the stressful kind who make it all their content, but the ones who just talk casually about it sometimes. Where, like, they have to, I forget what they're called. But they're called, like, safety beds or something. But they have, like, it's like putting a tent on top of the bed that they can only zip from the outside. Because, like, their kid is a flight risk in, like, sleep. Does that make sense? I forget what they're called. But anyway, and the comments will be filled with people not having kids with this issue, didn't have this issue themselves. Just people who want to give their opinion for no reason. And, like, it's, like, a thing that was, like, invented for this. So, like, it is safe. It is tested. All this stuff. And I'm like, what do you know? And if you do know something, people act like it's Bird Box when there's nuance. Yes. Had an outdoor cat who they took in as a stray who was feral when they started feeding her. She would not have been happy as an indoor cat. Yeah. If you cannot walk safely, we will have to hold hands or wear a backpack. Yes. It's just, I don't know. People love to argue on the internet, as we all know. And sometimes it's like, okay, I think maybe we should learn to just keep things to ourselves. Okay, hold on. But yeah. Some people just want to be heard. I don't know. Get a diary. You know? A therapist. Frequently tried to climb out the window to get toys he dropped, and the doctor tried to tell my mother it was abuse to lock his windows closed. I just don't get it. My uncle was a runner before those backpack things existed, and he got a pit bull harness. What? That's so much. She's a runner. She's a track star. I was a runner. I was a kid who never met a stranger. Ever. And so, like, it was cute when we were in, like, Disney World, and I'm, like, waving at everyone in line and, like, talking to them in baby babble because I'm like, this is my new best friend. But when I remember specifically, we would go to the mall, and my mom, it was before, like, the backpack things were big, but we had, like, a wrist one. And my mom did a lot of things wrong. But I don't think this was one of them. Because I remember distinctly, like, the first time we were in Target, and I was still, like, pretty small. We were in the Target in the mall, and I remember trying to run away and hide. And then I wasn't old enough to, like, understand what the wrist thing was doing. And I also wasn't old enough to understand that I could take it off. You know, I didn't know how to do it. And so I remember, like, running into this woman, and I'm, like, looking at her. And I'm, like, trying to explain, like, for some reason I can't run any faster. Something is happening with my arm. And she didn't understand me. But I was like, okay. Suddenly I can't run away at the mall? And it's like, yes. I shouldn't have been allowed to run away at the mall. Running on something in sight. Sometimes you try to run, and it's not good, so somebody has to stop you. She tries to kiss total strangers. I'm happy for her. It's not safe, but it is cute. I get it. My mom used to hold the collar. There's a video In my home videos, there's a video of me trying to run into the parade and get hit by a float in Disney World. My aunt's literally holding onto my belt loop. And when I turn around, she like stops holding on. So like, I don't know what's happening. So I think there's like an invisible barrier, clearly. But like, they can't let me run into the parade. I will get hit. Have you guys seen, it's like a screenshot of a conversation between someone on Facebook and their local police department. And they're like, hey, isn't it illegal to park in a handicapped spot when you don't have a sticker or a hangy thing? And they're like, yeah, but you should take it up with like the people who own the parking lot, not us. And they were like, no, I think it's with you. And it's like a picture of like the police car parked in it. I'm so glad that you're here. My dad used to pick me up and throw me around. My dad was a big, like, put kids on your shoulders dad, which is cute when you're small, you know. Okay. What kind of TikTok content should we make? I mean, we'll probably, I guess, be doing a lot of the same things, number one. But then I think we're going to do a couple of Halloween costumes. Oh, okay, forgot that was like that. What else? I have a funny ACAB story. Fuckle up, kids. Boo. I hated walking and still do, but the longer he puts me on his shoulders because I'm an adult or something. That's so rude. Okay, but your feet still hurt. You're still just a little guy. Has he considered that? I had a bunch of ideas when I woke up this morning. And blocks the curb. Boo. I'm scared to post about books on Halloween, though. I'm so scared. What? Not on Halloween. I'm scared to post about books on TikTok. Because people have really big opinions. So I have someone who can still pick me up. If I didn't hold her hand, I'd for sure get hit by her car. By a car. By her car. Oh my god. Okay, hang on. Fuckle up. I see a cop car pull up, basically the door with the lights flashing, and so when he comes in, I was like, can I help you? And he just asked about a baby blanket if we have it in stock. Okay. It was clearly an emergency. So thank God he was there. As we just said about books, people love to give their opinions on TikTok. And if you've never posted about books on TikTok, or you don't read the comments of people who do post about books, let's say that I am like, I read this book. It's called Green Eggs and Ham. And I thought it was really fun, and I think it's perfect for the silly season. Then I'm going to get a comment that's like, you're promoting eating moldy food. And I would also get a comment being like, I didn't feel like this book was grounded in reality, as green eggs and ham don't exist. And then I would get a comment that's like, did you know that the main character is based off of a man who slashed the tires of everyone in his neighborhood? It seems like you're promoting tire slashing by reading this. And I need you to know that I am not exaggerating. And this is kind of a bad example because I think we all know that Dr. Seuss is actually problematic. However, it's also a good example because, like, he's dead. If you read Green Eggs and Ham, he's not getting any money. He's dead. Also, because it's so old, you probably got it from a Goodwill or something. But even if you didn't, again, he's dead. It's also just a silly little book. And that's what it's about. So it's the guy who wrote the Charlie's Chocolate Factory, but same deal. Like, and that's what posting about books is like. And sometimes it's a fair point. So, like, I don't know. If someone's posting about how, like, they just read Harry Potter and they want other people to read it, then it's like, there's a couple problems there. Number one, I think we all know the biggest one, and it's that JK is a TERF who actively harms trans people with the money that she gets. Number two, no one needs you to promote that. It's been out. It has films. There's plenty of marketing already for it. It's not like a diamond in the rough, you know? But even so, personally, if I saw someone saying that, I would be like, bad take, and move on. Other people get in fights on TikTok. Anyway, all that to say, I do not post about books on TikTok. I won't do it. People want to fight so much. Every now and then, in like another video, Phoebe, who monitors the comments on a couple of goofs, will post about like the books that I'm buying or books that I'm thinking about. And even then, not a ton, but like even then we get a lot of comments of people being like, oh, like, I feel like this book was like really promoting domestic violence. And I'll be like, okay, and this is a fictional book about fictional people. You can't just say you're promoting anything. I don't think you know what that means. Oh, I love that for you, Kaya. My little win is that this is my job and I get to complain whenever I want. Every now and then, Amy, definitely not as much, but again, it's usually because like the entire video isn't about the books. Almost always it's like a day in the life video or a like content creation type thing. Who enjoy things. Hold on, I want to read this. I had a conversation yesterday about not demonizing people who enjoy things when they have the privilege to separate art from artists as long as they're not pushing people to also consume the content made by said bad person. No, I agree. I agree. If you are the kind of person who grew up on the Harry Potter books and you already own them, you're not buying them new, and you read them in the comfort of your house or with your friends or whatever, and you're not quite literally actually promoting like everyone should read this right now at all. You're just a normal person. Or getting them from the library. Oh no, is Neil Gaiman stressful? My little win is I'm in the store and it's air conditioned. I'm happy for you. That's very brave. He's married to a stressful person. I think the other thing is like something that I need more people to understand is that like probably almost never, even in even in like the person that you marry, almost never will you find someone who agrees with you 100% on like the morality of everything. It is almost impossible. And so what I need people to know is like, if you follow like a content creator, your cousin, your old teacher who you really liked, like they're gonna do things you wouldn't do. They're going to. If they're huge things, if you have a lot of disagreement on what is moral and what is just and what is the best way to handle things, unfollow them. Or don't hang out with them anymore. Don't be their friend anymore. Move on. But like no one is ever going to make all the same decisions as you. It's never going to happen. So it's like, I don't understand why people will come into like our comments or Lexi's comments and say like, oh, I think it's horrible of you to do XYZ. I would never do that. And it's like, okay. Exactly, not so binary. All right, there's different levels of stressful. The leading term, like, there are different levels of stressful. There are people who did something stressful and seems like they genuinely apologize and seems like they genuinely are trying to be better. Everybody is human. There are people who make mistakes and continue to make those mistakes and don't really apologize. And you can unfollow them, or I don't like Taylor Swift. She makes a lot of decisions I would never do. But I don't think everyone who goes to the Eras Tour is an evil person. That would be, how are you able to live if you feel that way? We're all just trying to exist and do our best. And people still bother about it despite coming out and apologizing and doing work to be a better person. Yeah. Yeah, I'm always afraid that something like that would come back to bite me. I used to go to I didn't go to an actual Planned Parenthood, but I, on the side of the road, would be like, don't kill your baby at 14. And I would never do that now because I'm pro-choice. And if somebody ever wanted to cancel me for it, I'd be like, yeah, I was going to church and also I was 14 and I thought I was helping. And now I would never do that. And now I give money to Planned Parenthood and try to help people who are trying to make the right choice for themselves. You know, people change. Not a ton, but they do. Boundaries are lovely. I'm not proud of some of the decisions I made, but I was literally indoctrinated. Yeah. I think that's the other thing is you can also consume on different levels. Not read it all versus read privately, promote stressful media. It doesn't have to be black or white. Yeah. Yeah. I think the other thing is I'm trying to think of a specific example. With Lexi's cat thing, I'm really curious how many of the people who were you're a horrible person, and I'm sure people who actually follow her weren't being this mean, but people who got it on their For You page being you're a horrible person and you don't deserve to have pets if you think that it's at all okay to ever have an outdoor cat. And again, Lexi doesn't have an outdoor cat. But it's I'm curious, of those people, it's okay, how many of you are spending your own money to take in animals that you see outside? How many of you are donating money to your local animal shelter? How many of you have a cousin who has an outdoor cat and you haven't had a conversation with them and you've instead decided to have this conversation with a stranger? You know, I don't know. I feel like we talk about this a lot on stream, but we all need to stop with the binary thought process of being problematic. The being problematic means nothing now. The phrase. I don't think people understand what problematic actually means. Or what it should mean, I guess. It just alienates people who would otherwise be allies. It is a watered down phrase. As someone said earlier, I think it was Not So Binary Art, there's a huge difference between someone who, like JK, who is loudly and actively using their money and privilege to hurt trans people and bully them online and things like that, versus I don't know, an author who wrote a book 12 years ago that is still popular, that has things in it they probably wouldn't write now. And it's should they have written, from the perspective of a character that they have nothing in common with? No. Is that inherently problematic? Probably, but were they trying to hurt people, or did they think they were helping at the time and now they know better and would not do that? There's a difference between being problematic and being stressful. Yes. Yeah. He has since done a lot of work to improve that. No, exactly. Telling someone they're inherently bad does not usually result in character development. I decided to read Midnight Sun even though Meyer is iffy, but I got it from the library and may or may not post about it, you know? Exactly. Yeah, Stephenie Meyer, I think she's like a great example because like I don't think that she is inherently evil or that different from the average person probably. That being said, I would probably not buy any of her books new because I know that she plagiarized essentially stories from the Quileute tribe and they do not get any of that money. And I hate that. I hope that in the future, if she does decide to write another book, she'll be like, for every book sold, the Quileute tribe is going to get, Quileute, am I saying it right? Is going to get a certain percentage because in the past I have gotten this note. I hope that if I were to do the research to like, I don't know, look at her tax records or whatever, that she's hopefully given money to them just like on her own accord. Maybe not. But like, if I see someone reading Twilight, I'm not like, you hate everyone. You're a bad person. At this point, the percentage should be 100% so true. I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't think real accountability takes place online. You're so true, bestie. I don't even watch the Twilight Parks and Rec episode. That's how high of a horse I am. How high on a horse? You know what I mean? Like, I think people really get on their high horse. You're exactly right. And it's like, okay, what things are you doing that I wouldn't do? People will be like, I would never have an outdoor cat, and then also play Hogwarts Legacy loudly. And it's like, right. And that's your right. You're allowed to do those things. But like, I wouldn't. Forget that a lot of art is a product of a time it was created in. I feel like it matters more how that person acts and talks about the things mentioned or represented. Yes. Exactly. A lot of people think it's like a cop-out to say it's a product of its time. And I think it's a cop-out if you're not also discussing like these are the ways in which it is like actually problematic. And like if I have my child or someone watch this for the first time, I would be like, okay, listen, it's not perfect. Versus just like saying it as like a flippant comment, being like, well, it's a product of its time, so like it doesn't matter that it's racist or whatever. Like, you can't just use it as an excuse. I do think it's like relevant, but bothering me about my boyfriend's past. She accused me of compromising my morals to be with him. Oh, yes. All the time. It's a cop-out when you're continuing the behavior. Exactly. Yes. I'm so glad we're all here together. I'm so glad. Hello. I'm glad you had a nice lunch break. I don't know. I just really wish there was like a way to be like, what I need people to remember is that there's probably not a single other person in the world who agrees with you 100% on every moral decision that you have made or that you will make. Of course, Echo. I think we all know several people like this. Similarly, oh no, wait, actually it's not similar. I take it back. I thought I had a story, but I flipped things around, so it doesn't make any sense now. It's important to focus on impact. I have the privilege to not need Amazon, so we don't use it in our household, even though it's small and is creating a financial impact. Hello, welcome. I think that's exactly it. We try really hard in our videos and stuff to recognize, like, it's a huge privilege to live with Phoebe's parents and to, like, they were able to buy this house, but, like, we helped them with the mortgage and, like, that's a huge privilege. But also, like, I don't think it means we can never be like, I love our house. You know? All this being said, I do love being a silent hater. Hey, don't ever think that I'm telling you not to be a silent hater. I don't even think you have to be silent. I'm not a hater to that person. Ariana Grande is not a girl's girl, and I've always thought that. Is she talented? Yes. I've always thought she was probably a bitch. Will I talk about it with you and my friends? Absolutely. Am I ever going to comment on Ariana Grande's thing like, I think that you're a bitch? No. What's it going to do? You know? Will I privately be like, I can't believe this person has been a family vlogger for 15 years and is still posting their kids on the internet, even though a lot of their comments are like, stop doing this? Yeah, to Phoebe, I'll be like, I can't believe this. But, like, I won't comment on the person. It doesn't matter. You're making it other people's problem for the way that you feel about the subject of your silent hater energy. I hate almost all family bloggers. I don't follow any family bloggers anymore. I didn't really follow that many to begin with. Corky, no, but I bet it's the one I'm thinking of whose name I can never remember. That's a bestie/private conversation. I just think babies are cute. I know. That's the problem. It's blonde white lady doesn't mean much. But yeah, it's the one who also doesn't take her kids' lunch to school if they forgot their lunch. Or their backpack. I get her on my For You page every now and then. Not her, but people talking about her. Hating from afar in private is so underrated. Yeah. I don't know her name, but yeah. I also like... I don't know. I also used to be an Acacia Brindley Kersey fan. I was never a stan. Hello, I'm glad that you're here. If you don't know who Acacia is, if you're the kind of person who loves drama that you're not a part of, if you just look on YouTube, like Acacia Brindley, there's like several 3-hour like video essays of people talking about all the controversies she's been in. The only caveat that I will say is that some of the stuff I don't think is fair. A lot of the things that happened that people give her flack for, it's about like who she's dating, and they should be mad at the men. Because like she got a reputation for being like essentially a slut at like 15 and 16 while she was dating like 20-year-olds. And I was like, that's actually not on her at all. 20-year-olds should not be dating 15 and 16-year-olds. That's not on her. I used to follow Acacia too. Some of her controversies were very much deserved, but yes, a lot of them, not a lot, some of them were also like, it doesn't matter what she does, people are going to be mad. Her private photos were also shared by the older people. That part's not her fault. Now, most of the other stuff though. A lot of her early ones were about rehoming animals, and while I don't think it's a cute look, I do know it's a reason why people pre like 22 really shouldn't be in the spotlight, because they make a lot of bad decisions. I had to unfollow JoJo Siwa, not because I think she's a bad person, but because I was like, I can't keep watching you do these stupid things. And I'm so glad that I wasn't on the internet at 19. I don't think she's a bad person. I really hope that she grows and changes in the next 5 to 7 years. And obviously that's a huge privilege, because like if she were not white, people would be way meaner to her. And that is like relevant to the conversation. But like people will be like, oh my God, JoJo's horrible. And I'm like, can you imagine? Just think if you got famous at like 11 and everything you said and did since you were 11 was like recorded. Like, come on, you know? But Acacia, I I'm not an advocate for hate following or hate watching. It's just going to make you more upset. However, I am an advocate for, like, drama check-ins. So, like, I don't follow Acacia anymore. But, like, every month or so, I'll be like, I'm going to go see if she's posted anything that I am going to text my group chat about. And I'm not in, like, Reddit threads about her or anything like that. But drama follow versus a hate follow. And some people, like, I do feel bad for her because I can't imagine having 2 million people watching me. And, like, literally, if you scroll back on Instagram, all of her comments are people being so fucking brutally mean. People telling her that she should, like, leave this earth. People telling her, like, she doesn't deserve to live. Like, horrible. And I don't wish that on anyone. I don't think that's fair. That being said, a lot of her controversies, there's no one else she can blame. And she will. She's a big blame shifter. She did leave her baby. She didn't leave him on the roof of the van. He climbed up there because that's how long she was away from her kids. The most recent, like, controversy is that this video got posted, like, 2 weeks ago. Supposedly it's, like, a month old. Yes. So she lives not too far from us, like, about an hour away. And she's divorced. So her and her husband have 50-50 custody, supposedly. And this was her day to watch her kids. The oldest, I think, is 5. The youngest should be about 2.5. Have you seen that TikTok that's like, you wouldn't wish that on your worst enemy, get better enemies? But she put her kids on a blanket at a public park. She, like, set them up on a little blanket, and then walked into the woods for, like, 30 minutes. This woman is filming it, who doesn't know Acacia, doesn't know she's an influencer, is just, like, concerned for a stranger's kids. Films it, and the middle child is, like, crawling towards the road where there are cars driving, and the youngest climbs on top of, I don't know if it's her van or a van, but, like, he went from the ground to climbing on top of a minivan. As this mom is, like, filming, and they're calling 911 being like, these kids are not being watched. Like, we don't know where the parent is. And that's fair, because what if Acacia, like, went into the woods to, like, pee, you know, which isn't, like, great, but, like, if she was planning on being gone for, like, 2 minutes, again, still not great, but, like, that is much different than her being gone for 30 minutes. And what if she went to, like, go pee or grab a leaf or, I don't know, something, and then she fell and hit her head, and, you know what I mean? Like, that's why they called the police, because, like, they don't know what fucking happened. But then, like, apparently she was in the woods, like, playing on her Switch and crying, and then she posted, like, a 4-part, like, apology video on TikTok where she says basically nothing. It's drama. Her middle child is disabled. The other things that, like, back in the day, people would be like, she's neglecting her kid because, like, in the background, you can see that, like, her kid is, like, on the floor playing. And as someone who spends a lot of time with kids and has spent a lot of time with kids, I was like, babies need tummy time. It's not that weird. You know? Like, that's what they're supposed to do. Especially, like, a baby that's, like, developmentally behind. It makes sense that she would need, like, more tummy time. Because she has to eventually be able to hold her head up and stuff. Or not has to. You know what I mean? Like, you would hope, I guess. Anyway, babies play by themselves all the time. I was like, that's not fair. These people who are commenting these things. There was another one where, like, she wasn't wearing, like, socks, but the other kid was wearing socks. And I was like, these people have not spent time with children, because there are babies who will just not wear socks. They hate them. They'll take them off every time you put them on. Same with shoes. There are some babies who just don't wear shoes. They hate them. Now, if you're outside and it's really cold, you got to make the baby wear shoes. But if it's like a normal day, it's not that cold or hot, the baby's not walking, it doesn't matter if they don't have shoes on. People making drama out of nothing makes her actual drama seem less important. Exactly. This is just one example, obviously. But, like, yes. So true, bestie. Anyway, I forgot why we started talking about her, but, like, the first, like, 2 controversies that I was a fan of her, I was like, you know, like, people make mistakes. She got really famous at 14. That's, like, super relevant. Like, yes, so true, Aaron. Another one that I feel like is fair. But I was like, you know, maybe she'll get better. And then it turns out she does not. And I hope she does. Like, I hope that what she should do is take some time off the internet, a few years perhaps. She should get a job, like, doing content creation for, like, a brand that she's not in it. It's just, like, her filming, you know, products at her house or... Oh, nice. A bitch eating crackers. Yes, exactly. No mom is ever perfect and people love to drag them for anything. Yes. No person is perfect. I'm sure that when we have a kid, some people will see some toy in the background and be like, actually, did you know that this kid in this other place died because that toy exploded? And I'll be like, I didn't know that. Why would you scare me? Nobody's perfect. Also, like, it's hard. It's hard. Yes. Yes, Meg. So true. Anyway. All that to say, I don't comment, like, mean things. It just doesn't help. It doesn't help. Nobody's perfect. That was my gorilla face. I'm seeing my therapist today, and I'm curious if she's going to mention the gorilla. I'm curious if she'll be like, sorry, I sent you a gorilla. And I'll be like, don't be sorry. It's my new favorite thing anyone's ever done. So, write that down. Yeah. Anyways, I will share gorilla updates. I see her today at 3, and then we're going to hang out with Phoebe's grandma, the one who helped us with the mural. Being mean doesn't help people learn from mistakes. Exactly. Sometimes they are intentional decisions, though. And that's when you just leave. That's when you unfollow someone and you try to not watch their content where they actually get paid. But you can talk with your friends and be like, can't believe this. This is crazy. But yeah, it's a fine line. I think the other thing is, like, even as I'm talking about this, some people are like, morally, I wouldn't even go check on that person because they're still getting your view. Or, like, less than that, morally, like, I still follow them and, like, they have my follow. And it's like, it's not my business to decide what other people do. My therapist had a dog that's out with us, and one day she sent me a picture of him as a puppy, and I said, I love him. And she said, oops, sorry, he passed away today, and I meant to send that to my daughter. Corky, how did you ever recover? That's so sad and also so embarrassing. What did she want you to say? Obviously, that's what you're going to say. I get not so much anymore. I literally went to a new therapist. Not so much anymore, but for a long time, I would get messages people meant for their mom because, like, M-O, like, for Morgan, and then M-O for mom. And so, like, several times in my life, I've gotten a text message out of nowhere from someone I haven't talked to in a long time being like, what time did you say the barbecue was? And I'll be like, I think you have the wrong number. And they'll be like, oh my God, sorry, I meant to text my mom. And I'll be like, that's okay. I thought I was invited to the barbecue, but it's fine. Her daughter's name is also Kim, so I forgive her. That makes more sense. I mean, hey, if she was gonna accidentally send you something, though, meant for someone else, that's pretty tame. Thank you for the update. My condolences. Sorry about that. Bless her heart. That's so much. Oh my god. Who would do that, though? Who would take a picture? I did once get, like, a spicy message meant for the wrong person. And it was so embarrassing. Actually, that's happened twice to me. And I don't think I do. They were clearly genuinely accidents. I'd like to be clear. Sometimes I almost accidentally call you instead of my mother, and every time I'm glad it doesn't let me because that would be so expensive. In high school, I was a freshman, and I was, like, very casual friends. It wasn't creepy with this, like, 19 or 20-year-old. Very casual. We just went to the same church, and, like, sometimes he would, like, drive me. Because he didn't live, like, that far from me. And then he had, like, essentially a little brother that I was, like, much closer with. So, like, he was just close with someone who was actually my age. It was not stressful. It definitely was not meant for me. And he sent, like, a very long, spicy text message as I am, like, in the 9th grade. And so I, like, get it on my little Razr phone. And I'm like... And then, like, 30 minutes later, he was like, I'm so sorry. That was meant for my girlfriend. Like, please don't tell anyone at the church. And I was like, I would never. But, like, this is before I had ever, like, explored my sexuality or whatever. Because I'm, like, young and chaste and in the church, right? So I was like, I would never tell anyone. But, like, oh, my God. And then another time, my cousin... like, sent me a Snapchat video. What I would like to state is that it does not start with anything spicy. He was clearly in, like, a sex shop, and he was, like, filming things at it. It's not like it was of him, but I just, like, opened it, clearly saw that it wasn't supposed to be for me, and then, like, let it play without me watching it, because I didn't know where it was going, obviously. And then he was like, I'm so sorry, that was not meant for me. And I think his girlfriend was also literally named Morgan. So I was like, oh my God, actually Snapchat, like, glitched and I didn't even see it because I wasn't about to embarrass him. You know? This was only like a year ago. He was very kind, but I could die. It's been like 10 years. My mother sent me an untamed message to me by accident and there was a picture. Oh no. And I guess they were sending spicy photos to someone else, and I was like, I'll just pretend I never saw that. Hand me down iPhone without wiping. Oh, no. This is why I communicate to all my partners/friends in entirely different platforms. What I will say is that now that I'm an adult, I'm still really careful, obviously, but, like, I wouldn't be embarrassed. First of all, I live with my partner now, so, like, it's much, much less likely to happen. But when Phoebe and I were long distance, you know, you gotta do what you gotta do. And I was like, if I sent this to the wrong person, I would just be like, sorry, man. I'm simply living. But I'm an adult, so I can't get in trouble. Unlike when I was, like, 16 and sending things I should not have been sending. Stop. That's so funny, Corky. My bad, and you're welcome. Go her, love that for her. She had to delete our parents off Snapchat when she realized they were still on there. Now, do you think they were checking it, though? It's like, probably not, right? He said, hey, why did you send this to me? Okay, I'm gonna go pee, and then I'll be right back. And then we can get back to our Canva. Hello. I'm back. Oh my gosh. All right. Time to get serious.
Yeehaw.
Thanks. So true. And I really okay. Back into it. What other, I don't know what other kind of TikToks we should make. Text to swatch. No, I think it's to watch. Oh, I think we should also do like a cooking dinner one. For like a little PCOS meal. I didn't even notice you misspelled it. I am pretty good about responding to text messages for the most part. Phoebe, if they opened it, it's gone. If they're not responding right then, they never will. Good luck. They've already forgotten about it. Oh my god, we also have Phoebe's birthday coming up in less than a month. Oh, I guess I'll also do Twitch. That seems good. Okay, and I spelt it good. Thanks for noticing. Because I want to do a readathon. Bieber's a Virgo. I don't know what I'm going to get them for their birthday. I have asked them and they don't want anything, so that sounds about right. It's what I'm saying. Needs a response. I mean, they don't need anything else. They've got their punch needle. I thought about getting them a tufting gun because they really want one, but they don't know. There's like two different types essentially, and they don't know which one they want. We go on a lot of vacations. They won't do self-care. That's for sure. They don't like concerts. We already go on a lot of vacations. I was talking to Shelly about it yesterday, and they were like, she was like, should we go somewhere? And I was like, we can, but we already go so many places. I don't think so. Just wrap yourself as the present. That's true. I think the other thing is we have the same bank account, right? So, like, anything I buy them, I have to be like, don't look at what I just spent $40 on. You know? It's a secret. We also have a lot of art. So we don't really need any more art. I mean, like, unless something really strikes me. They've been listening to audiobooks, and so I was like, do you want different headphones? And they were like, no, I'm obsessed with my AirPods. Why would I get new headphones? I was like, that's a good point, I guess. Some really cool guy shoes. Shelly and Aaron have different Amazon accounts for that reason. They just got new shoes. They also, what they need is underwear. But they refuse to go underwear shopping. So I might get them underwear. Because they need it. Maybe. Here's the problem, Seven, is again, they're in charge of the money. So I'll be like, I think we should buy something for you at the nice store. And they'll be like, no, I'm not going to. And also, I get to be in charge of the money, so we can't afford it. I feel like underwear shopping is like I always buy like a pack of underwear. And so I'm like, just buy a pack of underwear. We already have Skillshare, which there are needle punch things on there. I mean, maybe. Yeah, I mean, they're mostly still really into punch needle, which is great for me. And they have so much yarn. We actually spent yesterday and they got rid of a lot of yarn because we don't have anywhere to store it. Do you see my problem though? I mean, I'm not upset. I'm loving these ideas. They're not a big birthday guy. We're very different. They don't really care. They actually proposed to me 2 days before their birthday because they were like, she'll never see it coming. And I didn't. That's true. I just cleaned out the stuff though. So really all we need is like a better container that would fit in the space that we have. What they want is to get pregnant. So not for them, for me to get pregnant. A better container with more room for more yarn. Hey, don't go crazy now. I also thought about like I don't know. They're not really into anything. Maybe a scrapbook could work. They made me scrapbooks for a long time, so they might like that. They're afraid of the sewing machine. That holds my not working yarn. I had this as Morgan's husband. You're so right. What they need is the ability to not work. What they need is a cruise. We don't have cruise money though. What I should do is start emailing brands. Cruise brands. Kaya, what I need you to know about my husband is if I said today we're going to do what you want to do, I'm not exaggerating. They would be like, perfect. And then they would sit on the couch and they would play Switch for 15 hours. That's really cute. I do have all our decorations. Email DCL and say, please give me cruise. A game is a really good idea, except I don't know what they want. Maybe lunch and boba butt delivered. A day of playing Switch for 15 hours. What it would be a Disney cruise experience if I turn off the Wi-Fi. They really like Tears of the Kingdom and they just finished it. And they've already played Breath of the Wild. Those Switch game vouchers are nice. That's true. 7, don't even joke. A Tears of the Kingdom trophy? That's not a bad idea. No, but Kingdom Hearts is only, unless they've changed it, it's only like, I forget what it's called. Like cloud-based. So like you can only play the game as long as the servers that are holding the game allow you to. So if they're doing maintenance, you can't play it. Take a cruise to C7. It's not a bad plan. Let's see. But I'm never gonna play with fire. People have been recommending Nino Kuni for so long. Who's leaving soon? Okay, this is so rude. That's so fucked up. They're already booking January 2025, which is cuckoo bananas. Okay, look, a 6-night for April of next year. What we need is more brand deals. Ah, I'm so happy for you. It's so good. A staycation but cruise themed. It could be fun. Listen, cruises, it's like, I think the thing is they're so expensive, but once you're on the vacation, it feels like it's free. Listen, 7, we don't have any money. Literally like 3 days later. I'm so happy for you. Happy birthday, you're going to British land. Sunk cost theory. That's fair. If you don't like the open ocean, you might not like the cruise. But I feel like when you're inside the ship, you really forget. You think you're in a hotel. It feels like you're in a hotel. And I'm never gonna play with fire. I could get them someone else to do our taxes. I didn't have any seasickness, neither did Phoebe. We brought Dramamine just in case. 7, you're literally right. The other problem is that we're going, Phoebe's brother got like a graduation gift where like he's going to Las Vegas. And so we're going with him in February. So, like, that's our next, like, big thing. It's a huge crime that they haven't sponsored us yet. I'm going to be like, okay, and we're perfect to be #hosted. I know we've discussed how write-offs aren't what we think they ever. My brain keeps going, it's just a write-off. No one pays for it. You write it off. That's not how it works. It is a write-off. I have no idea, Condalore. I don't know how long we're going. I don't know what we're supposed to be doing. I don't gamble and I don't drink. Phoebe's dad gambles, like, very casually. And drinks very casually. But Shelly doesn't drink or gamble either. I don't know. My plan is probably mostly to read. But I don't know. We'll see. I do think I'll take a lot of cute pictures, which is what matters. I don't know what other people do in Vegas. We just go to restaurants and shows. That's true. Cirque du Soleil. That makes sense. I'm really big into shows. Get married for a 4th time. Oh my god, someone I just saw on TikTok in Forks. They're doing... Okay. What was that? Oh, the switch. In Forks, Washington, this company has set up like a Twilight. We're going to the Punk Rock Museum, and there's a lovely pool and great shopping, and yes, also shows. That's Mom. Yeah, it's from Amazon. I think, hang on, I think we have a big cub. Nice. I forgot what I was saying. But yeah. I'm excited for that. I don't know. Well, we want us to get pregnant, so it's hard. You're so cute, Mom. I was also thinking, like, I don't know. We just watched Lost, and they really like it, but I don't think they want anything from it. That's true. They might like a tattoo, but we get free monthly tattoos from Lemon because Phoebe does the Sunny's House TikTok. A little gaming tent enclosure space. No worries. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. There's no food that they really like. Like, they are not a big, like, restaurant guy at all. They do not like going out to eat. That's more my thing. I think a color tattoo is a great idea. I don't know who would do it. We don't know any color artists. There's one person named like Tat Brat that I follow who's in Portland who does a lot of like pastel-y tattoos. They do love pad thai. They do love pad thai, but they do not want to eat it in a restaurant. The vegan pizza thing? They like mod pizza. They're also really excited to see the new Hunger Games movie, but that doesn't come out till November. They like going to the cabin, so I thought about asking Hannah if we could go to the cabin. But Hannah doesn't have any time off, so I doubt she wants to do that. That's true. I love going to restaurants. I love having someone bring me my food and refill my drink, and I don't have to get up at all. That's true. I could buy tickets for it. The other thing is, like, we're going to Tessa Violet on the 1st. Their birthday's on the 13th. So that's, like, a fun little date we're doing, like, 2 weeks before. They don't like buying books. That's true. That could be fun. Echo, it's an amazing cup. Mine's drying right now because I just cleaned it. They do love the projector, so we could maybe set something up with the projector with our friends. I also was like, do you want to invite people over? Like, because if we are, we need to text people now, being like, don't make plans on this night or whatever. And they were like, I don't know. What do you mean? You don't know. Virgo life. A little PJ party. The other thing is, like, I love having people over. I love it. Phoebe has like a social battery that runs out. So I don't know if like a slumber party is for them, because I don't know if they want that many people to stay the night. Which is fair. I think the problem is I can only think of things that I would like for my birthday that already happened. Slumber party for few. Do you see? They're so hard to shop for. The only friend I think Phoebe would want to visit is Chad, and he has never get any time off. It's hard. Slumber party, but it's just the two of you. We do that sometimes. We'll sleep in the living room. as a little treat. I love being asked what I want for my birthday because I hate surprises. Listen, I did ask them. I think probably what will happen is in like 2 weeks, they'll be like, I'm going to spend $200 on Lucy and Yak. And I'll be like, I love it. It's a great plan. That's true. It doesn't hurt. Yeah, I don't know who else they would like want. Well, Seven, but Seven doesn't have a passport. Also, I don't know if you know this, but international flights are like $1,500. With critters that they like, we could maybe go to the zoo. I know Phoebe's Virgo. I don't remember the other one. And kind of saucy. It would not be saucy. Wear a Granny Panty's house. That was my thing. We don't. There's one. There's one. I don't remember where it is. On the coast, I think. Just for the presents. Listen, I'm proud of you, Seven. I'm working on the passport. Newport. Yeah. That is it. Yeah, I think I might ask Hannah about the cabin. And then they love pad thai. Hey, that's great, Seven. It's bananas that you have to have your mother's birth certificate. We had to put where our parents were born, like what city they were born in. But we didn't have to like prove it. I think they double checked it, I presume. I'm trying to think if there's anything we've been like wanting to do. Because that's the thing about Phoebe is me, for my birthday, I want things for me and I want money for me. And I want to go to a restaurant that I like for me. And Phoebe's like, well, we've been meaning to, you know, paint the living room, so maybe we'll spend money on that. I didn't know your mother was adopted. I'm assuming since you said technically it's like by someone she knew. An old person party where the expectation is to go home and have a very basic meal and night dessert. Okay, that's not a bad idea. Neither did I until last month. What? They are dad coded. That's what makes it so hard. Interesting. Because they don't want a book. They don't want people to come over. They don't want to go out. They're always like, I don't really need this thing. We always get my dad slippers. I don't know if they would wear slippers because their feet get too hot. They barely like to wear socks. What it would be nice is if I could find them more Costco socks. Hello, I'm back. Everyone works together silently. I'm like, yeah, so. No, they don't. They don't eat meat, so that is relevant. Can you feel the energy? I always got my dad a flannel shirt or a gift card. Do you see what I'm saying though? But those are so impersonal. It's so hard. I don't think they would wear slippers. I think their feet would get too hot. They really don't like when you can feel like the sweatiness of a slipper. I think that's probably what'll end up happening, Kaya. Is that it'll be that. I don't know. I feel like they're always made of like not fur, but like almost fur. Yeah, I have mine, but like I use my slippers a lot, but for very short periods of time. So like I have my slippers for when I'm not wearing socks, because if you get too hot, like your head and your feet are like where the most heat comes out of your body apparently. I don't know if this is true, but I do feel like it helps. So when I'm too hot, I'll take my socks off and like sit with my feet out like cooling, and I do feel like it helps. Put birthday candles in the tofu. But I'll put my slippers on just to like go from my bed to the bathroom or something really fast. Like so many other things more than I like Stitch. But I might only wear them when it snows. Megan won't let you post a link. I'm so sorry. A barefoot girly? I'm so happy for you. I think the problem is like no matter how hard you clean a floor, no matter how much you vacuum or mop, like there's always stuff on the ground. And then thank you. And so like I feel like my feet get dirty. They only wear their Costco socks, and I've tried to find more Costco socks, but like they stopped making them. And so like I can't find them anywhere. They're like, I don't know if they're flannel. I think this is them. Oh wait, hang on. I forgot I did this. Can you feel the energy? I think this is them. I'm fairly certain. Sensory like, almost destroys me. I'll definitely get him some of those. And then the other thought, it was just in my brain and now it's gone. I don't remember. Yeah, their birthday's next month. I make a list year round, Kaya. Get me soft blanket. Oh, that's what I was going to do, is I was going to look at Crocs' website. And I was going to see if there's any insane Crocs, because they've just become a Crocs girly. Wrong. I think they'd like birthday cards. If you want to send one to the PO box, you can. Okay, what I want is you can customize them? What? Okay, wait, no, but what if we got them Bob Crocs? Minimum size 250 pixel. Hold on. Let's see if we can do it. Oh, wait. Do you have to buy... You have to buy 24 of them. I don't need 24 pairs of Crocs. I think we're on the right track, though. Because I think if I bought them, insane ones. What do they have for Disney? We'll chip in for the other 23. Oh my god, the deer are walking across the street. 3 of them. I thought about it. I do think it's something I'll bring up for the future. Okay, it looks like it's mostly Jibbitz. Hey, check me out. Yeah, I'm just Ken. My name's Ken. Okay. They've got these ones. Etsy has some custom Croc sellers. Selective merch drop. These are cute. These are an option. I haven't seen the summer ones. I mean, I haven't seen any that are different than normal. What's Warner Brothers? Oh. A lot of Harry Potter. Yeah, let's look on... They're really cute. Okay, Scary. Buy 12, get 1 free. It looks like it's mostly for Jibbitz, which is not a crime. Oh, yeah, I did see those, the sandals. The Hello Kitty ones are really cute. Hold on. We can look at them. They're sold out, though. Of a lot of them. These are also, based on the look of them, like permanent Jibbitz. And while they are cute, like I want to be able to move my Jibbitz around if I want to. There are, but I don't see them on here. Okay, well, I spelled it wrong. Because these are the ones that I want. And they're absolutely cuckoo bananas. I'm obsessed with them. They're so stupid. I love them. But Bieber would not want tall ones. There's these ones that are not tall. But I don't think they'd want these either. I have no control when it comes to cute things. They have so many weirdly specific ones. Oh, these are the other ones that are really cute, but they're terry cloth. right here. Which is not a crime, but I also don't want this big flower on it. That's true. I could get just the gibbets made. Okay. What's happening here? These are terry cloth on the side. This also has little poppable things on it. Why would they make them terry cloth on the side? They're gonna get so dirty. Mood lighting guys from Govee. I don't know what Govee is. Sweaty Crocs. Fuzz lined kid sandals. Women's sale. They've got Vineyard Vines. I can't talk. I could get them some camo ones. The boots are on sale. Oh, they would. They're so cute. I don't know. I think it's definitely an idea. I really think the custom Crocs are a good idea. I think the problem is for us to get them made. It's like $70 a pair or something crazy. And then in order for us to make a profit, we'd have to sell them for like $100 including shipping, and even then we're making like $10 for each pair. So it's like a lot of money for us to put into it to not really make very much money. I was having the same thought. Atomic Rat Chef. Love your name. Terry cloth doesn't like bother me, but if I had to pick like a sensory friendly thing, it would not be that. That is bold. That sounds like hell. Oh, $32. Okay, hang on. Yeah, they're definitely not like Crocs, but honestly, I couldn't tell the difference. How do you choose the cat? Oh, wow. Now they're in a Cuckoo Bananas. What is this? Inner shoe length? I always wear socks with my Crocs, almost always. Okay, hang on. There's so much happening. Okay, let's see. Shoes and Crocs. Oh, this one you upload a photo. Poor lighting. Face obscured. This is a great idea. Outsole length. This is so much. How long do they take? Cost to ship is free. This is a great idea. This is perfect. Hey, let me see it again. Please send us via message. How the heck are they making these? I don't mind the bottom texture. I feel like it's fine. It's just that I normally, like, I'm wearing my Crocs. When I'm wearing them, it's like I'm doing something quickly or I'm going to someone's house. And so it's like I'm going to take my shoes off and be just in socks. I think this is it. Perfect. I think that's a great idea. I think it'll be good. Well, because they don't need anything. It's the problem. And this would be ridiculous. They used to do it straight on the PopSocket site. I had a friend who, if you've ever worked at Disney World or a theme park in general, I guess, I had a friend who had one made like an emergency stop, an e-stop, which is so funny because it looks just like a PopSocket, essentially. Okay. Nice. Well, I think we did some great things together. We didn't finish our Canva project, but you know, when do we ever? I love you guys. I appreciate you. I'm going to go help Phoebe paint some, and then we have therapy. So, yeah. Interesting. The project has started, and that's the hardest part. So true. Okay, I love you. Goodbye.